Look, I get it. In politics, the herd mentality is enormously strong. A lot of Republican politicians have surrendered to it. The pressure on them was way too much. They didn't want to be left out of the club. Of course, many of the same politicians who now publicly embrace Trump privately dread him. They know what a disaster he's been and will continue to be for our party. They're just too afraid to say it out loud. Well, I'm not afraid to say the hard truths out loud. I feel no need to kiss the ring. I have no fear of Trump's retribution. I'm not looking for anything from him. My own political future is of zero concern.
Nikki Haley gets it. Herd mentality is so strong that regular weak-ass Republicans have given in because the pressure was too much to be left out of the club. They publicly embrace Donald Trump and privately dread him, but she's not too afraid to say the hard truths. She's also not the one to kiss the ring because she doesn't fear Trump's retribution. That was 3 months ago.
As a voter, I put my priorities on a president who's going to have the backs of our allies and hold our enemies to account, who would secure the border, no more excuses, a president who would support capitalism and freedom, a president who understands we need less debt, not more debt. Trump has not been perfect on these policies. I've made that clear many, many times. But Biden has been a catastrophe. So I will be voting for Trump.
Well, so much for all that tough talk. She did have one piece of advice for Trump right after she kissed the ring so that she's not left out of the club like those weak-ass Republicans.
I stand by what I said in my suspension speech. Trump would be smart to reach out to the millions of people who voted for me and continue to support me and not assume that they're just going to be with him. And I genuinely hope he does that.
She hopes he does that so that the guy she said has the same mental acuity challenges as Biden will get reelected. And after he mocked her husband for being deployed overseas, she said he's unqualified to be president because of his disrespect for the military and that she doesn't trust him to protect them, which would include her husband. It's a good thing some of her voters were paying attention to what she was saying more than she was.
Anything but Trump.
That was your priority?
That's my priority.
Is that the biggest reason you supported Nikki Haley?
Yeah, I'd say.
Because of Donald Trump?
Yes, yeah.
I would vote for Joe Biden over Donald Trump in a heartbeat.
Republican, right? I am. What do you do when that is end? If he is the nominee and it's he and Joe Biden, what do you do? I vote for Joe Biden.
Hi, Nikki Haley.
I think Donald Trump is a threat to the well-being of our country.
If she drops out, would you be disappointed if she endorsed Trump?
If she does, I'll vote Democrat.
No.
That's all there is to it.
It's important to me to keep Trump out of office again. Project 2025, I've read it, I've studied it. It's scary, it's frightening.
I've lived in a constitutional democracy all my life. I want to remain that way, and I want my grandchildren to grow up in one, not a dictatorship.
And I'm curious, over the last two elections, have you voted Trump in the past? Was it something where you voted for him, you trusted him, and you were disappointed?
Yes, I voted for him in 2016. I am a registered Republican, and I regretted that vote almost immediately.
The worst part about truthfully railing on the dangerous nature of Donald Trump, only to turn around and endorse him, is that now, according to you, everything that he stands for, you stand for. I mean, she said a lot that's impossible to suddenly change your mind over.
Insulting to military members, it's insulting to military families, and the part that bothers me is he continues to do this. This isn't personal about me and Michael. This is about what it says to every member who sacrifices for us. This is about what it says to every military family who sacrifices alongside of them. We can't have someone who sits there and mocks our men and women who are trying to protect America. It's a pattern. It's a pattern of chaos. It's a pattern pattern of irresponsibility. It's a pattern of just saying things that are not helpful in strengthening America. And this is a chance America's going to get to decide. We know what Donald Trump is. You could watch that whole rally yesterday and it'll tell you all kinds of things.
We know who Donald Trump is. Everything she said about him is what people can now say about her because she's voting for those traits to be back in the White House.
Well, I noticed that in her remarks, at least as reported in the press, she said that she wanted to support a president who would back America's allies and hold its enemies accountable. And that's not Donald Trump. That's not his record in office, and I'm very much afraid that would not be his performance if he did get a second term. I don't know what Nikki's calculations are. I hope she's not thinking of being his vice president.
This decision is so ridiculous, she's got assholes like John Bolton stating facts about how bad this makes her look and what she might be expecting or trying to avoid.
And just a little note to Nikki, she's not going to win. She's not going to win. But if she did, she would be under investigation by those people in 15 minutes. And I could tell you 5 reasons why already. Not big reasons, a little stuff that she doesn't want to talk about, but she will be under investigation within minutes.